Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is I, Joshua Mammoth, and we are still here at the con. After we just talked to George Alvarez over here, and we came around the bend, and we have a brand new horror comic to go over. This is Zach Osborn. We just met, and what can you tell me about your book?
It's basically kind of like a tribute to old school Universal horror. It's about Hyde going after Jack the Ripper. Now, that's just the first issue here. It's a self-contained story. Now, I actually have drawn the whole book. It's 130 pages. I'm just slowly getting the issues out one at a time. But second issue is crazy. We've got Frankenstein bringing a mummy back to life. Their vampire comes to town. Hyde saves a girl from some cultists who actually turns out to be a werewolf who he later befriends to help him with the vampire situation in London. So it's called Ghastly Horror, and it's like a Victorian London spooky, foggy.
Well, I absolutely love it, and for one thing's for sure is I love the black and white. Because now it looks like you do all this by hand.
I do. It was all done by drawing, penciled, then inked. A friend of mine did do the lettering for me. That was my one contribution. That was not my own, but I wrote the story myself, and yeah, it's 11 by 17 regular comic pages, and then the lettering was just added in the computer.
Zach, I gotta tell you, this is beautiful work, bro. Like this perspective right here, this is crazy.
I appreciate that.
How many issues do you currently have right now?
Well, like I said, this is the debut issue, so I just published this end of October, actually, and I should have issue 2 coming out this spring, and issue 3 should be coming out in the fall.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I'm self-publishing this story, so I'm basically waiting on getting the lettering completed for the second issue, and then I'm going to get that out, and then just third issue, and then next year will be 4 and 5.
Oh, great.
It'll be a graphic novel after that.
Yeah.
It'll be 130 pages.
Well, one thing's for sure is I love the idea of like the classic monsters. I'm a huge Frankenstein fan, but I love them all. Is that kind of your background? Is that what you're like really into?
It is. You know, I grew up when I was growing up. I was really into like image books like Spawn and the Darkness, some darker kind of comic book stuff. And then as I got older, I got into more like Hellboy stuff and like the Goon, like a lot of the Dark Horse kind of stuff. And as I got even older, I got more into the older kind of horror stuff. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to draw a book, I want it to be something that I'm really passionate about, and that just I want to draw. You know, for me, a big part of completing a project is having some love. You got to love it. You got to feel it. You got to put your soul into it, and that's what this is all about. So this is actually my third Comic-Con and only the second one that I've ever had with this book. So I'm super excited about it. Like I said, it's the debut story. I'm going to be at the Southwest Florida Comic-Con next weekend, which is up in Fort Myers. I think it's at the DoubleTree Hotel. And I will have this book there for sale as well.
That's great. Is this your first comic, or have you done others before?
I've done a few little side projects and some illustration work. I did do a first issue of a book called Animaniac, and it was based on a horror movie that some screenwriters wrote. So that was my first, I would say my first completed comic that I did, solely on my own, where I did everything, the lettering, and it was a great experience. And I basically took their screenplay and I turned it into a 32-page comic book, but it was initially just the beginning of their book. So it was kind of like for them to help promote their movie, let's put it that way.
I see, because I mean, just looking at this, it definitely doesn't look like this is your first rodeo at all.
No, I've been drawing comic books for a while, just mostly like little bits of stuff here and there, and just illustrating. I've been doing, tons of illustration. I love working with ink. What can I say?
Yeah, I can tell, because, I mean, so you lay down the pencils and then you do the ink work, and then there's really no digital to be had here.
There is not. Some of this has a little bit of gray tone that we just threw on there just to add like a little bit of, to make it look nicer in the print stages.
Right.
But that's initially it. Everything is, like we did here, just to kind of pop the lettering out. So, stuff like that. But yeah, and I did like the fact that you can see it a little bit here. Like if you zoom way in, there's like a little, almost like a like a half tone on some of the faces, but I just think it looks really cool, like in there.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful work. I'm definitely going to be picking one up for sure. So where can the syndicate members get your work if they're not here today?
Well, I do have a email. It's a ghastlyhorrorcomic at gmail.com, and if you hit me up, I'll get you a book, no problem.
Awesome.
Right now, I'm not selling it anywhere other than at these shows, just because I'm just getting into it.
Yeah.
But hopefully you'll be able to find it online and be able to buy it shortly.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And then when you get them online, definitely let me know, and I'll put that out there to the syndicate members as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, syndicate members, we'll be right back.